if you want
What if I told you a truck driver cracked the code to building a crypto empire? Meet Bitcoin Ben. He went from driving 18-wheelers to creating 6 different ways for regular people to stack Bitcoin and build wealth. This isn't just another crypto course. This is a complete ecosystem where you earn while you learn. First up, the confidential bulk purchase program. Get Bitcoin at wholesale prices through group buying power. Then there's Home to HODL. Convert your home equity directly into Bitcoin instead of cash. Need funding? The Loans for Bitcoin program gets you the capital to buy more crypto. Want passive income? Private Key Capital puts your Bitcoin to work. Hungry for something different? Bitcoin Ben's tokenized beef lets you invest in real cattle backed by blockchain technology. And if you want to mine? Bitcoin Ben's mining program gets you started with the right equipment and knowledge. But here's the kicker. Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club pays you to learn. Earn 10% on direct referrals, 5% on second level, 2% on third level. This might be the only membership where you make more than you pay. Ben went from 10 years behind the wheel to becoming the world's most unlikely crypto expert. Now he's sharing everything through live training, community events, and proven systems that work. Ready to stop watching from the sidelines? Join Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club today and start stacking sats while building your financial future. Your truck driving days are over. Your crypto empire starts now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Women's Voices. I'm Clara Bose, and to start off the show today, before we get going, I just want to thank everyone in the Bitcoin Ben crypto community so much for all of your support. As you know, I have been sick for the last month with a kidney infection that went undetected for a while, and I got very sick and ended up in the hospital. And I got flowers from Todd and Janet, and the people here at the Sarasota Club were bringing me groceries and available constantly. Nathan and Randy and Jody, everybody was there for me when Jay would be out of town and things like that. So I just want to stop right now and say to each of you, thank you guys so much. Thank you for all your love and prayers as I've been recovering. So on that subject, today I really want to talk about women's health, fitness, and nutrition because as you can imagine, after a month of being ill, I am very passionate about getting my health back in order. So today we are going to talk with our beautiful co-host, Kim Couture, former MMA fighter. She is now a personal coach and trainer and nutritionist. And of course, she also loves to talk to us about the so-called conspiracy theories. But today we're going to focus more on women's health and movement and all of the things that we can do to get our bodies in shape. So yesterday when we were talking about this, Kim, you mentioned to me about how much money we put into our cars, which take us everywhere. But, you know, we don't often think about really investing money into our bodies, which are our vehicles from birth to death. And I was even thinking about that last night as I went to bed. It's such a good point. And I was thinking about, you know, how I can do more for my body that I'm going to have with me. So can you tell us a little bit more about your philosophy on that? I loved what you had to say.
Yeah, I just try to encourage everybody to take care of themselves because we're stuck with one. You don't get another one. You can't trade it in. You can't trade it up. So just spending time learning about your body and how it works, feeding it the right fuel. A lot of people, especially as they get older, they get tired, they get busy. Life just kind of kicks everybody in the bum. So people tend to put themselves last. And it's important to always keep time for yourself to learn and to grow and to put that extra effort into making sure that your race car, right, is going to win the race. So the best fuel, the best driver, the best oil, right? That's what you would do if you had a race car. So thinking about that, your own personal vehicle, which is your body, it surprises me how many people don't invest in themselves. They don't take the time to learn. And it is fascinating. So once you get into it, you're experiencing that yourself. It's a fascinating journey.
Yes, it certainly is. And it seems like a lot of times, you know, we wait until something breaks down to start going, oh, wow, we really need to work on this vehicle, right? That happens to us a lot. So, but not necessarily true for you because you've been a bodybuilder and an MMA fighter. So your body has been also your focus on your career. And so that makes you a much more qualified expert. Sherpa, would you be able to put up some of the photos that we have? I just want you guys to see some of these images of Kim and see the way that she has sculpted and trained and disciplined herself. She is absolutely incredible what she has accomplished. And as I've been just this week, I've just been getting back to working out. Look at that. And do you know how much pain you have to go through to get a figure like that? I mean, I've just been trying to do a little bit more intense workouts, and I am in awe of the people who are as fit as Ms. Kim. This is unbelievable. Do you have that one Sherpa that has yeah, look at these. This is amazing. Do you have the one that has the Vegas image as well, where she was? There she is. Look at that. Look at that bodybuilder. Unbelievable, Kim. How in the world do you push through the pain to be that rock solid?
Well, I think the reason I got into this is because I had a lot of injuries. I've had cancer twice, and listening to doctors on everything they tell you you can't do after you go through some of these things. I've broken my jaw, I've broken my back, I tore everything in my knee. Every time I go to the doctor, they're like, well, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do anything basically. And I just refused to listen to any of them. Of course, after I broke my back, I went on to have 4 more pro fights. After having cancer twice, that's when I became a pro fighter. All my other injuries, you know, I learned how to recover myself. I love doing research, as you know. And learning about my body has been so fascinating that I just keep the journey going every day. I'm constantly learning more stuff. And then I'm my own guinea pig. So I've been able to help a lot of people with back pain, knee pain, recovering from major illnesses. I just went through another surgery in April. I had to have my gallbladder removed. Now I'm learning how to eat correctly and come back from that little surgery. So it's a fascinating, never-ending journey, to say the least.
But I did not know that this was catapulted by cancer.
Yes. Yes, I had cancer in 96, and then it came back in 2001.
Okay. And when did you start your bodybuilding training?
After my fight career. So I retired from fighting at 40 years old. So that would have been, I think, 2015. And then,
okay. So you're saying that, so it was actually your MMA career that was catapulted by cancer?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
And you started, like, how did you go from, okay, you have cancer, to, I think I'm going to go and train to be an MMA fighter?
Well, the second time that I had it was in 2001. And you can imagine how, you know, destroyed your body is after that. And when I built my gym in 2007, I met a doctor out here that could, just by looking at me, see that I was a little jaundiced, and you know, I was taking so many pills and I just never had any energy, and my adrenals were shot, and he could tell just by looking at me. And he would come when we were going to open, and he's like, you know, I can help you with this. So once we got open, his sons joined right away. He's like, let's get your blood work done. Let's see what's going on with you. And he was able to get me off of all of the prescriptions and go from there on out doing everything naturally. And I just followed everything that he checked my blood.
Wow.
3-4 months. And yeah, he helped me recover. And then I was in there training with all the big guys. So figured I'd go pro.
Unbelievable. That's amazing. So how do you, I mean, just this week, after being sick for a month, and I'm really soft. I've been in bed all month. You know, before that, I was actually doing cardio every day. I was slimmer. I was feeling stronger. But now, after being in bed for a month, I mean, I'm just starting to do these workouts, and I'm like, how do you push through the pain? I mean, when you know so much of it is mental, right? Can you walk us through any tips that you have on the actual mentality that you need to have while you're pushing through the pain?
Well, I always keep in mind that nothing that's worth having comes easy, you know, whether it's in a business or physical or school, you know, the harder it is, the more rewarding it's going to be afterwards.
Oh, I love that. That's a great tip.
I just get my mind right off the bat. And, they say, no pain, no gain. So.
Okay, but you're also saying the more pain, the more gain. So if you're just like dying in the gym going, oh my gosh, this is impossible. Just think about like how great my life is going to be.
Well, there's plenty of supplements and things out there to help you. One thing I'm going to get you on is glutamine. It's a natural supplement and it helps with muscle recovery. So that soreness that you're feeling, the kind of sluggishness, it'll help with that. There's plenty of things out there to help you. And I always do everything the most natural way possible. So, I've been able to endure quite a bit and take care of myself in the meantime.
Like I said before, for me, my life's journey of workouts, especially as a musician, has mostly just been dancing. I like to keep it playful. I've got a mini trampoline. I like to swim. I like to get my heart rate up for a good 30, 45 minutes. I'll do the elliptical. I'll always like have a lot of fun with it. But when I'm trying to do some of these new moves, because Kim is my new trainer, and we'll talk a little bit more about that and how she's also available for you guys right now, which is a very special offer. But she's been helping me this week, and I'm looking at these moves and doing things that I've never done and holding poses for longer than I've ever done. And I'm just wondering, I just have so much more respect now when I think about the people that I've seen who have these hard bodies. The mental stamina is really mind-blowing. I mean, I can sit and meditate, but I'm sitting and I'm very comfortable under my happy little blanket, and I can concentrate my mind, and that's something that I guess a lot of people can't do, but there's no pain involved. So I'm just fascinated by this idea of concentration through the actual pain of the moves themselves. What do you do? Do you breathe through it? Do you put on a song that you like? How do you actually get through those moves?
Breathing is the biggest part of it. And I've taken a lot that I've learned through the fight game over into
Sorry, hold on. You were breaking up like right when you said what was a big part of it?
Breathing.
Breathing, okay.
Breathing is the biggest part of helping me get through everything. And I learned a lot through the fight game, and now have transferred it over to the bodybuilding world. And some of the people that I've been training for the last, few years, it has really changed up, their ability to lift more. Their muscle fatigue isn't as fast. And they love it. It brings you into, also, you'll love this, into the present moment.
Yes.
If you get your breathing on point, and I make my clients count themselves. I don't count for them. There's some coaches that count for them, and you kind of take all the work away from them. Making them count your reps, it brings you into that present moment, because if not, people just go through the motions and they're thinking about their grocery list and their kids and what they're going to make for dinner and work and everything else. So you really have to be present. I really like to work on the mental aspect of all of this, plus the nutrition and then the training.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I'm just blown away by how much mental strength it takes to just push yourself through something which is so intensely uncomfortable. And then you go back and do it again, and there's another rep, and there's another rep. And it's like, oh my goodness, how do you just not give up?
You got to think of it as you versus you. And you're not competing against anybody else. And the beauty of online coaching is it is an individual time that you are working by yourself along with me. And it's you versus you every day. And every day you just have to think, I'm going to learn something more than I had yesterday. And you just start stacking up that knowledge, because some of these little quick gimmicky fixes, they're not long lasting. You want to learn the skills and the knowledge that are going to stick with you for the rest of your life. And I think
I just want to pause right there. You are so correct about this gimmicky thing, because I honestly, my weight has been much higher for the last 6 years after I had my daughter. I was always much slimmer before my pregnancy. Well, in those last 6 years, I have tried everything, and I've had great success. I mean, I even didn't do it for my weight, but I did a 40-day juice fast. And of course, I lost a lot of weight during that time. But when I started eating again, I probably gained back even more than before I had done my fast. So, I mean, when you're doing something which isn't really a lifelong commitment, it is not going to last. There's just no way. So I'm really excited about this journey of truly changing my lifestyle, trying things that I have never tried before. And that's something that Kim is really inspiring me with, is that, I know the things that I like to do. I know the things that I'm comfortable with, but guess what? They're not really giving me the results that I'm looking for. So by bringing Kim now into my educational realm and into my private space of working out and saying, hey, and this is what I'm eating and this is what I'm doing, like, what do you think? It's like giving her the roadmap of my nutrition through these apps that we have nowadays. It's just like, I'm an open book, and it's really going to be able to help me to have that outside perspective, coming and looking at every single thing that I eat, every workout that I'm doing, and say, oh, okay, you need more iron, or oh, you need more magnesium, or are you getting your sunshine every day? I really am so excited. I'm only on day 3, and even though it's been hard, I feel like this is really going to be like the second half of my life, of how I'm going to start taking better care of my vessel, my temple.
That's right. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can still hear you.
Oh, okay. The mic was really messed up. You're coming through very staticky.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Are you good?
I think it's a whole wellness program. It includes the fitness, and includes the food, it includes the recovery, includes breathing. It's kind of a all-encompassing program that I like to run, based off of holistic solutions. But just, it's the greatest way to understand yourself and what you're capable of. We're going to push you outside of your comfort zone, because people tend to they like their comfort, and you don't grow when you're comfortable. Yes, it's comfortable, but you're not going to look and feel the way that you want being comfortable on the couch. So being comfortable with being uncomfortable is the way to look at it. There's so much information, and I've had 20 plus years of coaching. So I'm just an encyclopedia of info, and it has changed my life. I get great sleep. I have energy throughout the day. I don't need a nap. I just go. And it's anti-aging. That's another perk. I just feel amazing. And so this online coaching is going to be a way for me to share with, especially my friends like you that don't get to be here with me anymore. So I'm excited.
Exactly.
I'm just learning. Even though I've coached for 20 some years, online coaching is new to me. So I'm kind of learning as I go. But I make it available for everybody to text and call me and video chat with me anytime they want.
Did you guys hear that? Now, who would not want to get in on that action? I mean, just getting to talk with this beautiful, phenomenal woman is just the best. So, Sherpa, should we take a quick break before our second half? Are you ready with a commercial? Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about this, and we'll also show you how to get in contact with Kim and find out more details for your personal journey at home. Be right back.
For years, banks promised innovation, but they gave us fees and friction and fine prints. Today, all that changes. Introducing Private Key Bank from BitcoinBens Crypto Club, the world's first Bitcoin native credit union. Rebuilt from the ground up in the heart of El Salvador, a place where your Bitcoin isn't just stored, it grows. Earn 4% interest paid in Bitcoin, compounded, secured, and accessible. No middlemen, no hidden games, just your money working for you. Send funds across borders instantly, without SWIFT codes, without currency conversions. Pay anyone, anywhere, with a tap of a finger. This isn't banking as usual. This is freedom, beautifully engineered. The future of finance is finally here.
Okay, and we are back here on Women's Voices with Kim Couture, former MMA fighter, personal trainer, and now, for the first time, your own personal online coach. She is making herself available to work remotely. And I signed up right away when she sent me her ad. Sherpa, would you be willing to put up that ad real quick so people can see what she's got? You guys take a screenshot of that right there. And I'll also be posting this on my Facebook page and on my Instagram right after the show today. But this is really exciting. This is, she's opening this up for our community and giving us this number where we can actually start working with her. I know you guys love Kim. We've been having her on, time after time. She's becoming my co-host now, and she's such a wealth of knowledge, and she loves to personalize it for you and to actually find out, like, for instance, I am a vegetarian. I have, a completely different way of doing things than you will. But she's been teaching me a little bit about, okay, Kim, can you tell me what is the word that you taught me yesterday that has to do with proteins, carbohydrates, and sugars? Is it macros,
yes.
Macros. Okay, yes. Can you tell us a little bit about what that means?
So trying to get people to understand what exactly calories are. Calories are your fuel for your body. And everybody's got their resting metabolic rate. It's also known as the basal metabolic rate. And that's when you're resting doing nothing. If you were to lay on the couch all day long, it's how much your body needs to function as far as fuel goes. So once you find out what that number is, mine, for example, is 1656. So getting people to understand, and to lose weight, you have to be in a caloric deficit. It means you have to eat less calories than what your resting metabolic rate is. So if you were to eat more, myself, than 1656, if I put 2,000 calories in me, all that extra is going to go to fat. It's a very basic, simple understanding, but most people don't know it. So same thing, if you had a gas tank and it holds 13 gallons and you put 20 gallons in it, it's going to overflow, and that overflow turns into fat. So that is the most important thing for people to understand. And then you go into your macros, which breaks down your proteins, carbohydrates, and good fats. And then the healthier that you make your choices, and there's a calculator that'll show you where you're at. I love to use MyFitnessPal. And it's so easy these days. Back in the old days, we had to get out our calculators and write it down on a piece of paper. It is very easy and interactive now today. And that way you start to understand that everything that you put in your mouth, even the meat, when you cook, well, you don't cook meat, but when you cook your vegetables, if you use butter or you use coconut oil or olive oil, those have to be measured too. Just in the beginning, to help you understand how many calories your body's taking in, because it's a lot more than people understand, and people are notoriously way overeating. So people that want to lose weight, a bit of education in the beginning, but you'll quickly understand, like, oh, I'm putting too much gas in my gas tank.
Yes, and also the percentages. I like how you break down the calories into that macros number, because you don't want to just say, well, if I'm only allowed to have 1,300 calories today, and then I just take all of that from eating, cookies and carbs, well, that's also not doing myself any favors in terms of my weight. I might be able to get away with it, but at the same time, I'm not going to be feeling good, and I'm not taking good care, like you say, of my car. I'm putting really bad fuel in it. So breaking down how much of a percentage of those calories should be protein, how much of it for you. And this is a personal thing that you and your trainer will be able to kind of massage and work with those numbers a little bit and see what is that perfect sweet spot for you in particular, because our bodies are all different. And I always say, because people are like, you're a vegetarian? Like, how can you do that? I have to have meat. And I'm like, you probably do. We are totally made different. I do not think that everybody should be a vegetarian by any means. But I know for me and my body, that has always, well, not always. When I was a kid, I ate meat. But in my adult life, when I got to choose what I would eat, I really gravitated towards the vegetarian lifestyle, and that makes me feel clear and good in my meditations. But for you, that's a totally different story.
Yeah, and I like to customize it, and I don't throw people in the deep end right off the bat. Like, setting you up to fail is not my thing. So taking baby steps, helping you understand, and we do things trial and error to see what your body is accepting, and we monitor how you feel. How is your sleep? How is your energy throughout the day? Like, I've done so many weight cuts for fighting and also for bodybuilding that have kind of perfected this. And regular people don't need to do this crash course in this. You do it gradually over time, so your system and you yourself are not in shock. I don't set people up to fail. So
speaking of that, and I know that this is not what you would be recommending for people to do at home and not what you're going to make people do, but I just want you to tell people, when you go to do your shows, what does your diet look like in order for you to get that fit body? What do you eat? What do you put in there as your fuel?
People always think that we don't eat at all. People think we eat like a bird, but I tell people I eat like a Clydesdale. So I eat a lot. I eat 6 to 7 meals a day, small portions. We're talking, 4 ounces of meat, 100 grams of vegetable, and usually 100 grams of like sweet potato is my favorite. And so my eating schedule is like a full-time job in itself. And everything has to be weighed and measured, including what I'm cooking it in, everything I drink, which is always just water. But everything gets weighed. And then usually at the end, like towards my fighting career, I'd still have to cut about 12 pounds the night before. When it goes to bodybuilding, you are pretty lean all the way up until that last day. And then I do some water tricks that you drink a ton of water and then you taper your water off and you mess with your sodium. And
wasn't there some kind of beans or lentils or something that you had to eat? Like, it kind of sounded like the Matrix diet to me when you first told me about it. It was like, you're like, yeah, it's pretty boring.
No, I do eat lentils and beans, but that wasn't a major part of it. It's pretty balanced throughout. My bodybuilding and my fight diets were totally different.
Okay.
Much stricter. Fighting, you are using way more energy, so you have to have a lot more fuel in the tank to get through some of those workouts. Bodybuilding, you're just standing there looking cute. So trying to.
Well, you definitely do. Well, that's our time for today, you guys. I hope that you are able to take away some really good tips. And if we can put back up that poster one more time to just show, I'm really excited to be able to offer for our community this opportunity to fill up one of these slots and be taken on as a client. Or, I mean, she'll work with you if you want to, just have some consultations, or if you want to get really, fit for 3 months. She'll tailor it to what it is that you have in mind. She loves to personalize everything for people and their own goals, and she gets really excited about working with you individually and helping you create the health of your dreams. So thank you so much, Kim, for sharing your expertise with us today and for sharing and opening up to our community to get to work with you. That's so nice of you. She's even giving her phone number.
Yeah, everybody, you're welcome to text me. You can follow me at Instagram at Kim's Fight Fit, and it's KIMZ Fight Fit.
Say that one more time. You're just breaking up a little bit.
My Instagram is at Kim's Fight Fit, and it's KIMZ Fight Fit.
Okay.
Several ways to reach me.
Perfect. Well, anything you want to share before we end up the show?
I just want to encourage everybody to take their health seriously because, like you said, a lot of people don't pay attention to it until it's too late. And a lot of things that we're seeing happen to people these days is totally avoidable.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being a resource for us. There's so much information out there, and sometimes it just gets really overwhelming. You know, these infomercials come on, and it's like, does that guy know what he's talking about? You know, he's saying that eggs are bad, or they're good, or they're whatever. But Kim has actually been working on her own body and seen those exact results. You've seen the evidence for yourself. This woman has been living and breathing this for her lifestyle. So I definitely trust her in this area. And I will also be a guinea pig because this is my before right now. This is my soft little body right now. So hopefully within the next few months, I'll be getting a little bit more fit and fit as a fiddle thin in the middle. Well, I love you guys. Thank you so much, Kim. You're the best.
Thank you.
And I'm so happy to be back with you guys, the Bitcoin community. Thank you so much for waiting for me. And we'll be back with more great shows next week.
What if I told you a truck driver cracked the code to building a crypto empire? Meet Bitcoin Ben. He went from driving 18-wheelers to creating 6 different ways for regular people to stack Bitcoin and build wealth. This isn't just another crypto course. This is a complete ecosystem where you earn while you learn. First up, the confidential bulk purchase program. Get Bitcoin at wholesale prices through group buying power. Then there's Home to HODL. Convert your home equity directly into Bitcoin instead of cash. Need funding? The Loans for Bitcoin program gets you the capital to buy more crypto. Want passive income? Private Key Capital puts your Bitcoin to work. Hungry for something different? Bitcoin Ben's tokenized beef lets you invest in real cattle backed by blockchain technology. And if you want to mine? Bitcoin Ben's mining program gets you started with the right equipment and knowledge. But here's the kicker. Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club pays you to learn. Earn 10% on direct referrals, 5% on second level, 2% on third level. This might be the only membership where you make more than you pay. Ben went from 10 years behind the wheel to becoming the world's most unlikely crypto expert. Now he's sharing everything through live training, community events, and proven systems that work. Ready to stop watching from the sidelines? Join Bitcoin Ben's Crypto Club today and start stacking sats while building your financial future. Your truck driving days are over. Your crypto empire starts now.